Have you ever wondered how many types of nouns exist in the English language? Well, you're about to find out. Nouns, the building blocks of sentences, are everywhere. They're the names we give to people, places, things, or ideas. But did you know there's more to nouns than just naming? Indeed, nouns come in several types, each with its unique role and characteristics. In this video, we'll take a closer look at these types, including proper and common nouns, concrete and abstract nouns, countable and uncountable nouns, and even the intriguing world of gerunds. We'll unravel their mysteries, explore their uses, and understand their importance in our everyday communication. So whether you're a language enthusiast or just curious, there's something in here for you. Now get ready to dive into the world of nouns. Let's get started with the first two types, proper and common nouns. Proper nouns are the names that identify specific individuals, places, or things. They're like the VIPs of the noun world. They're specific, unique, and they always stand out because they start with a capital letter, no matter where they appear in a sentence. For example, when we say John, Paris, or Coca-Cola, we're talking about a particular person, a specific city, and a unique brand. These are all proper nouns, each one representing a single individual entity. On the other hand, common nouns are the everyday unsung heroes of our language. They're the general names we use for people, places, or things. They're not specific. They refer to any member of a group. For example, a city could be any city in the world, not just Paris. A drink could be anything from water to coffee, not specifically Coca-Cola. And a man could refer to any male human being, not just John. Now, let's consider a sentence. John, a man from Paris, loves drinking Coca-Cola. In this sentence, John, Paris, and Coca-Cola are proper nouns. They pinpoint specific entities. The words man, from, and drinking are common nouns. They're broad and could refer to any man, any place, or any drink. So you see, proper nouns and common nouns work together in sentences, providing a mixture of specificity and generality. They help us to be precise when we need to be, like when we're identifying someone or something, and to be more general when specific details aren't necessary. Remember, proper nouns are specific and always start with a capital letter, while common nouns are general and are only capitalized when they start a sentence. So, proper and common nouns are pretty straightforward, right? Moving on to the next types. Now let's delve into the exciting world of concrete and abstract nouns. Picture this: a bouncing ball, a sizzling pizza, a barking dog. What do these things have in common? You're right, they're all concrete nouns. Concrete nouns are the nouns you can touch, see, hear, smell, or taste. They're tangible, like a juicy apple, or audible, like a chirping bird. They're the nouns that make our senses tingle and our imaginations soar. The spattering rain on a window pane, the crunching leaves underfoot in the fall, the warm sun on your face. These are all the wondrous experiences concrete nouns allow us to express. But what about love, bravery, or happiness? You can't touch these, can you? You can't see or hear them. These are what we call abstract nouns. They're untouchable, unseeable, and unhearable, but they're just as real as any concrete noun. Abstract nouns express ideas, feelings, qualities, or concepts that aren't physically tangible but are very much a part of our existence. They're the nouns that capture the essence of our human experience. The courage of a lion, the beauty of a sunset, the thrill of discovery. These are the profound emotions and concepts abstract nouns allow us to articulate. Imagine a world of language without concrete and abstract nouns. It would be like a painting without colors, wouldn't it? Concrete nouns give us the vivid details, the tangible aspects of our world. They're the colors on our palette, the notes in our symphony. On the other hand, abstract nouns give us the depth, the intangible aspects of our existence. They're the shadows and highlights in our painting, the melody in our song. Together, they make our language rich, diverse, and deeply expressive. Concrete and abstract nouns add depth to our language, don't they? Let's see what's next. Have you ever thought about how we count things in English? Let's find out with countable and uncountable nouns. Let's start by delving into countable nouns. These are the nouns that we can count. Sounds simple, right? They have both singular and plural forms. For example, let's consider the word apple. We can say 1 apple, 2 apples, 3 apples, and so on. Other examples include book, dog, car, and so forth. You see, it's as easy as pie. Now here's a fascinating twist. Countable nouns can be used with numbers and the articles a and an, so we can say a book, an apple, or 3 cars. Neat, isn't it? But wait, there's more to this story. Let's now explore the realm of uncountable nouns. Unlike countable nouns, uncountable nouns are the ones we cannot count. They do not have a plural form and are always singular. Let's think about water. Can we say 1 water or 2 waters? Nope, we can't. That's because water is an uncountable noun. Other examples of uncountable nouns include music, love, information, rice, and air. These are things that we cannot divide into separate elements. We can't say a music or an information. That just doesn't sound right, does it? Now here's the clincher. Even though we can't count uncountable nouns, we can quantify them using measurements or other countable entities. For instance, we can say a bottle of water, 2 cups of rice, or 3 pieces of information. And there you have it. Countable and uncountable nouns are the building blocks of our language, helping us quantify and categorize things in our world. They may seem like small pieces of the puzzle, but they play a vital role in our linguistic structure. Countable and uncountable nouns help us quantify things in our language. Now, onto the last type. Finally, it's time to uncover the mystery of gerunds. Imagine, if you will, a word that's a master of disguise. It looks like a verb, it sounds like a verb, but it's actually not a verb. It's a noun. Yes, you heard it right. This is the curious case of gerunds. Gerunds are unique creatures in the English language. They are words that are formed with verbs but act as nouns. They're typically formed by adding ing to the end of a verb, like running, laughing, or studying. But remember, not all words ending in ing are gerunds. The ing form of a verb can also be a present participle, which is a type of verb, not a noun. Now you might be wondering, how can we identify a gerund? Well, if a word ending in ing is used as the subject of a sentence or as the object of a verb or preposition, then it's a gerund. For instance, in the sentence, running is my favorite activity, running is a gerund because it's the subject of the sentence. In the sentence, I enjoy reading, reading is a gerund as it's the object of the verb enjoy. Gerunds are magical, aren't they? They allow us to transform actions which are typically verbs into things or concepts which are typically nouns. This opens up a whole new world of possibilities for expressing our thoughts and ideas. For example, instead of saying I like to read, you can say I like reading. It's a subtle difference, but it can add a touch of sophistication to your language. Just remember, gerunds are not verbs dressed in nouns' clothing. They are nouns formed from verbs. They can't be used to express tense or aspect like verbs can. They are always neutral in respect to time. So let's celebrate gerunds. They add flavor to our language. They allow us to express complex ideas in a simple way, and they show us that English is not just a set of rigid rules, but a dynamic and flexible tool for communication. With gerunds, we see how versatile and dynamic our language can be. So, we've journeyed through the different types of nouns. Feeling like a grammar expert yet? Let's do a quick recap. We started off with proper and common nouns, where we learned that proper nouns are specific names, while common nouns are general names of people, places, or things. Then we moved on to concrete and abstract nouns. Remember, concrete nouns are tangible, something you can touch, see, smell, or taste, whereas abstract nouns represent ideas or concepts that can't be physically touched. We also delved into countable and uncountable nouns, focusing on the fact that countable nouns have a singular and plural form, while uncountable nouns do not. And lastly, we unraveled the mystery of gerunds, which are verbs functioning as nouns. Remember, mastering these types of nouns will take your English to the next level. Keep practicing and stay curious.